I definitely have some dream people that I want on this album. And I've said it in several interviews, so I'm just going to speak on it so I can manifest it. I would love to have B.o.B on this album. I'd love to have Bruno Mars on this album. I'd love to have Drake on this album. I would love to have John Legend on this album. I would love to have CeeLo on this album. Now, I can't confirm any of those collaborations yet, but I'm working on it. And they're just, those are artists that I admire. And that's kind of how I feel about, the first album, I didn't have any features. So on this album, I want to be featured with artists that I really admire and that are doing their thing, and I feel fit what we represent as artists together.
Drake's fellow Canadian.
He is.
Something's got to happen, right?
It's got to happen. It's got to happen. And we've actually already been talking about it and been trying to make it happen, truly. We're both so busy, and he knows, Drake knows anything he needs from me, he can have. I mean, we go back to teenage years. So we go back to singing in, cocktail lounges and basements. So it's crazy because we're just both so proud of each other. So I definitely want to see that collaboration happen. And I know for our country and for our fans, equally both want to see that happen. It's just kind of natural. Man, Drake and I have known each other forever. Yeah, we actually used to be a part of a little crew called the Renaissance. And we used to jam out and rock out at this little lounge, and we would perform for people while they drink and eat, and he was the MC and I was a singer. There was another singer, and actually his keyboard player, D10, was the keyboard player. So we would just do this really cool vibe, freestyle kind of night, like open mic thing. And we've both come a very long way, and we're both extremely proud of each other. Starstruck. I would definitely say there's two. One was Brandy. I love Brandy. Grew up listening to her. I think she's one of the dopest female vocalists in the music industry, period. Love her. And when I met her, I was just so overwhelmed to meet her, just because I was like, I just love you. I just think that you are amazing. And that was very overwhelming for me. And I'd probably say the second person where I was really starstruck, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's you, is Prince. And I actually, in the same breath, performed right in front of him. I was at the BET pre-event, and I was sitting at the table with Deborah Lee, and he came and sat right across from me. And I've never been so shook by anybody's energy in my whole life, but his was extremely powerful. I didn't even want to look at him. And he just looked at me, and he was like, hi. And I was like, hi. Like, I didn't even want to look. And I was the most nervous I've ever been to perform in front of anyone or anything or at any venue, because Prince was sitting right front and center. And I got up there, I performed, and when I came back to the table, he stood up and he shook my hand and he said, I had no idea. And that was just, I was like, I could just die right now. That's it. Like, respect from the ones who are to be respected is the height of success. That's the key to success.